Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got an Amazon haul for you. It is going to be lots of things that I have ordered for spring as we're transitioning into warmer weather. I've got some accessories, some jewelry, some handbags, even some shoes. I am actually super picky about Amazon stuff. I feel like there's so much stuff that's on there that is such poor quality, and so I really try to focus and only share the things that I feel like are actually worth your money. And I feel like I've got a lot of really good like trendy spring stuff for you guys. If you're new here and you really like to see fashion hauls, beauty, lifestyle vlogs, that kind of content, make sure you hit like and subscribe. I would absolutely love for you to be in this corner of the internet with me. And now let's get into the good stuff. So I actually wanted to start out by showing you guys some of the jewelry that I've gotten. I'm actually wearing a pair of the earrings right now. This is from the brand House of Hunter, which I have just recently discovered, and it is so good. When I stumbled across this shop, I was just blown away by like the quality of all of these earrings, and they all honestly look really high end, and the gold finish is also really nice. It's like not too yellow, not too green. It looks real, and the designs are also just super pretty. Like I love this longer square design. I think it's so elegant and goes with so many things. Honestly, there's not a single design on there that I saw that I didn't want to get, but I also got this pair, which I feel like is so pretty and I think would be very, very stunning for a vacation. Perfect to go with any sort of like summer dresses or anything like that. And I also love this pair. I feel like the design is just like so unique and beautiful. Honestly, I think these would be perfect for any vacations that you have coming up as well. Earrings are all definitely a little bit on like the heavier side, but they're not so heavy that you feel like your ears are like falling off by the end of the day. I've been able to wear all of these pairs for an entire day without getting tired of them. So they're just really, really nice earrings, really good quality. There's a lot of jewelry on Amazon, specifically gold jewelry, where the tone just looks kind of cheap. And so this brand is really, really good. I can't recommend it enough. I also got this bag. I was absolutely stunned just by how beautiful and high quality the faux suede is on this bag. Really, really nice and thick. All of the finishes feel really high quality too. The zipper is really nice and zips open really easily. And on the inside, it's got a couple of pockets. It has just like an open slip pocket and then also a zip pocket for anything that you want to keep extra secure. And what's fun about this one too is that the strap is adjustable, so you can wear it like this, which works really nicely just as a handbag to hold or even kind of like a clutch. You can have it around your arm like this, and you can also take the straps and kind of pull it apart like this to make it a little bit longer, and then that way you can fit it over your shoulder as long as your shirt or your jacket is not super bulky. If it's a little bit bulkier, you're gonna have a hard time getting it over your shoulder, but if you wanted that option, you have the option to extend the handle like that, which I think is really cool. But I really love this shade of brown. I feel like it's been so trendy. It's also kind of a fun different neutral. If you feel like you do a lot of black but you're getting kind of tired of it, it's fun to venture into the world of like chocolate brown. You can dress it up, dress it down, just overall like a really great handbag. Okay, this next bag I was absolutely so excited about when I saw it. It's this beautiful bucket bag. It's kind of like a straw woven texture, so again, perfect for summer, any vacations that you have coming up, but also just like any fun summer outfits that you want to be a little bit more dressed up for. I feel like living in Colorado, I'm always trying to incorporate more beachy things into my wardrobe because I just love the beach and we're totally landlocked here, so it just makes me happy to have pieces like this that bring a little bit of like the beach ocean vibes to me. But this bucket bag is actually quite spacious. You can fit a lot in here, and it does also come with a shoulder strap, so if you wanted to make it more of a crossbody, you could just clip on the strap here and then you can wear it crossbody like this, and then you can kind of tuck in the top strap into the bag so it doesn't look too cluttery, and you can wear it like this if you prefer to have your hands free or you need to be like moving around. But yeah, honestly, it is such a high quality bag. Definitely worth the price on this one, and I feel like I can see myself using this all the time throughout the summer. I have already worn it out once, and I feel like once the weather really starts to get warm, I'm gonna be using this all the time. I also picked up this handbag, which I think is so cool. I am a sucker for any handbags that just have a little bit more of a unique look to them, and this one I really loved. I think if I had one complaint about it, it's that the gold finish on it does look a little bit fake, but honestly, I feel like for the price on this one and just for how unique it looks, to me, it felt worth it. It opens on the side here and you can get in, fit a lot of stuff in here as well. Not quite as much as the bucket bag, but still decently spacious. And I feel like this one is just such a fun look, especially if you have like an event coming up. You can just easily have it on your wrist like this, and it's super comfortable. So I feel like you could be doing a lot of stuff with your hands and it just kind of sits on your wrist out of the way, and it's great, especially if you tend to wear a lot of basics. The way that I like to dress up basics in my closet is by pairing it with accessories that are a little bit more of a statement, and so this feels like a little bit more of a statement to me. Okay, so now getting into some of the clothes. One of my favorite pieces from this haul is this denim jacket. It is such good quality. It's a little bit pricier for like an Amazon price point. This one is $80, which is for me definitely still worth it for like the quality of denim that you're getting from this. And what I also love about it is this cutout right here on the side. Again, I love pieces that have any sort of like architectural or more unique distinctions that help them stand out a little bit just from your everyday regular pieces. And so I absolutely love that element here. I think it is so high end. I definitely don't think the denim shirt is going anywhere. And so if you want one that's going to last a long time, that is really high quality. This one is so good. And it's also just like a nice medium wash of denim. It is a little bit on the cooler blue side, but I still feel like it goes with a lot of the denim that I have, even though it's not like an exact match. Really, I have worn this jacket so much since I've got it. I feel like it's just become one of my go-to pieces. One category that I think is particularly tricky on Amazon is blazers, and this one is by far the best quality blazer that I have found on Amazon for the price. It has, in my opinion, the perfect oversized fit. So I am wearing a size small right now, and you can see that it definitely runs bigger, which is definitely how I prefer my blazers to fit. I just think it looks a little bit more casual when they're a little more oversized. It's really easy to roll the sleeves up, which is generally how I prefer to wear my blazers, and the color is so good. I actually ordered this in multiple colors. This is the beige color, and it's super, super pretty. It's like the perfect neutral. It doesn't have like a greenish or yellowish tint or anything like that. Like I feel like a lot of beige pieces from Amazon kind of have. This one is really like a true neutral beige. I also had to pick it up in the dusty blue color, which I think is so, so pretty for spring. The blue color definitely is like slightly darker in person than it is on the picture, but for me, it still falls in the category of dusty blue. The shade of blue I technically consider a neutral because it's so close to like a denim blue. And so I feel like if you have a neutral colored closet, this is something that is going to go with a lot of pieces. Also had to pick it up in the green color. It is so rare that I own anything on Amazon in this many of the colors. All three colors that I have ordered so far are all just on point. They're so pretty. The green, again, I feel like is slightly more saturated than it is in the picture, but it's still absolutely beautiful and just feels like such a nice pop of color headed into spring and summer. You guys may or may not have seen this all over social media, but butter yellow is a very trendy color for this spring, and I have personally been really drawn to it. So I decided to pick up this bodysuit in this super pretty yellow color, which I feel like is the definition of butter yellow. It's just like the most beautiful pastel, like slightly saturated color. The bodysuit itself is actually really comfortable, and if you're a girl who struggles with bodysuits being long enough for you, this one actually has an adjustable snap section. Instead of like the regular snaps that you have on most bodysuits, it has kind of a hook closure like you would find on a bra, and it has 3 different lengths on it. So it's a little bit less comfortable for me because I'm shorter, so I had to have it on the shortest setting, and then that means that there's just some extra fabric kind of hanging out down there. But if you're tall or if you have a long torso and you feel like you struggle with bodysuits being long enough for you, this would probably be a good option for you because it's adjustable. The fabric on it is super soft and buttery and just feels really, really comfortable, almost like you're not wearing anything. And then sticking with the yellow trend, I also had to pick up this cardigan, which I absolutely adore. I already owned this cardigan in the cream kind of ivory color, and I wanted to get it in a fun color for spring. So I thought yellow would be perfect, and it's so soft and comfortable and cozy. I love that they kept the buttons monochrome on this one just for that really elegant, sleek look. And this actually looks a lot like one of the Saison cardigans that I feel like I've been seeing all over my Pinterest feed, and I've only ever owned one cardigan from Saison. It was the Gaspard cardigan, and I absolutely loved it, but I accidentally threw it in the wash one time. I didn't even dry it. I just threw it in the washer, and it came out and it was totally shrunk, and I literally tried every trick under the sun to unshrink it. I tried fabric softener, baby shampoo, baby conditioner, vinegar, like literally anything that you can think of. I did hours of research to try to salvage this cardigan because it was so expensive, and nothing I did tried, so it made me super, super sad, but I just ended up donating it because like it was unwearable after I threw it in the wash. Even though I really liked the quality of that piece, it just felt hard to justify because like the reality is I am not going to go to the dry cleaner to get my cardigan cleaned. And I feel like I need all of my clothing to actually be realistic for my lifestyle. So when I found this cardigan on Amazon, I felt like it was just much more worth it because it's like less than half the price of the Saison version. And I can actually throw this one in the wash. I haven't ever dried it. I usually air dry it, but I can at least throw it in the washer without worrying about it shrinking. And also like if it did happen to accidentally get shrunk, I wouldn't be like so devastated by that. Anyways, all that to say, this is a really, really good cardigan. Comes in lots of different colors and just feels like something that is really timeless. Okay, next we have this satin maxi skirt. I absolutely love this piece. The satin feels very high quality and like it will last. It's really nice and smooth, but it also doesn't feel like too staticky. So it doesn't seem like it's sticking to my legs, which I know can be really annoying with some satin skirts. I really love the length on this skirt, especially if you're petite. I am 5'2", and this one I think is the perfect length. It hits right above the top of your foot, which I think is a very flattering length. It can be worn with basically any type of shoe. What I prefer about this length of a skirt versus a midi skirt is that it doesn't create that awkward chunk of leg here that you get with a midi skirt. When you have that awkward chunk of leg, it just kind of like chops you up and makes you look a little bit shorter. And so I love how this length of a skirt just kind of like flows effortlessly from head to toe. It is a stretchy elastic waist, so lots of room to breathe here, which is really nice. But I also really appreciate that it's not a bunched elastic because I feel like the bunched elastic can look really kind of janky and weird when you wear it with crop tops or tops that are tucked in a little bit more. And so I like that the waist of the skirt just looks very tailored all the way around. I think that just looks extra elegant. And this one comes in a lot of different colors as well, so I'll probably be looking at the other colors and seeing if I feel like I need any. But I really, really like this kind of champagne off-white color for spring. I think it's so elegant. I have also been on the hunt for months for a really, really nice looking kind of beigey off-white satin pant, and these ones are definitely the best ones that I've tried. I feel like every other brand that I've tried, they were either too yellow, too green, like the color wasn't quite right, or the fabric was just cheap feeling. And these pants are so comfortable. What I love about these ones, they're technically pajama pants, but the lining that's on the inside of them is like a modal kind of like softer lining. It's not satin, and so it just feels really nice and like silky on the skin. And then I also love that you don't have to worry about it being staticky at all because of the interior lining material. And the weight of the satin on the outside also just feels really nice quality, silky smooth. It feels cool to the touch. I also feel like you could style these with like a denim jacket, a denim shirt, a button down, like so many different ways that you could wear these pants. The waistline on them is kind of like a pajama waistline, so you have a really soft stretchy ribbed material at the top, and then you also have a functional drawstring here. So it definitely wouldn't look as clean cut if you were going to wear these with a top tucked in or with a top that was a little bit more cropped, but I feel like I prefer the look of like a longer top with silk pants anyways. And honestly, they're so comfortable that I feel like I might just order the other colors just to have as pajama pants because they feel so good on my skin. I was so beyond excited when I saw this dress. It is only $30, which I feel like is crazy because it is actually 80% linen and 20% cotton or actual natural fibers. It's really hard to find clothing that is at this price point. I really like the cut of this dress. I like that it is a little bit looser, but it's not so loose that you feel like you're wearing a paper bag. It still has a little bit of shape up top here, and it's just super comfortable, very breathable. It does have pockets, which I feel like is always a bonus when it comes to dresses. And the shade of chocolate brown is absolute perfection. It is just like so rich and chocolatey. I love it. This is like the perfect summer date night outfit, or if you have any vacations coming up, I feel like this would be a really good and comfortable resort wear dress. And what I love about it too is that even though it's a mini dress, it's not like too short. So you can see with my hands hanging down at my side, it still goes past my fingertips, but it's above the knee. And so I feel like that is like a really flattering length. And also the back is so cute. It has this kind of like stretchy elastic in the back, so it's really easy to get on and off. Definitely the biggest 10 out of 10 for this dress. I am honestly so shocked that it is the price that it is because the quality is insane. Okay, speaking of linen dresses, this one is absolutely like the spring summer linen dress of my dreams. It is so comfortable. The length is absolutely perfect. Even being petite, I can wear this with flats and it raises the floor, so it feels a little bit more like a gown, but it's not so long that I feel like I would be tripping over it if I was wearing flats. I actually have had my eye on this dress since last year. I initially found it last year, but it sold out and it literally did not restock until this year. So as soon as I saw it back back in stock, I had to grab it. And they also brought it back in more colors this year too. So they just picked the most perfect shades for spring and summer in my opinion. This one also has pockets, which again is such a huge bonus. And I also really love the waistline on this one. I feel like it's a really flattering, almost kind of like illusion drop waist. So it's like really fitted through the torso. And then once it hits kind of like right below your natural waist, it starts to flare out a little bit, but not like so much. So if you're feeling a little bit bloated, like this dress definitely has some stretch and some breathing room to it. I just feel so beautiful wearing this dress. It's just so pretty. It does run on the bigger side. I typically go for a size small if I'm given the option between extra small and small, and in this one I'm a size extra small, so you could probably size down one from your normal size. It does have a zipper on the side, so it's easy to get into, and then it also has a stretchy backing on it. So again, just like lots of breathing room in this dress. I feel like I can eat in this dress and it has room to like expand with me as I go. Okay, and the final dress is this really stretchy ribbed crew neck dress. It is like a Skims lookalike, definitely more of like a form-fitting dress. So if you feel more comfortable wearing shapewear under really fitted dresses, this would definitely be a shapewear dress. I personally am fine wearing it as is. I even really like it with a blazer on top if you wanted to hide some of the curvature that this dress is showing. But this dress is honestly so comfortable. It's also like so stretchy. I've seen so many pictures of pregnant women wearing this dress, and it kind of just feels like you're wearing like a really long night dress or something like that. It's super comfortable. I also really appreciate the crew neck on this one and the ribbed material, just because since this is a dress and a floor length dress, the material and the crew neck sleeve just help it feel a little bit more on the casual side, which I kind of prefer. But yeah, honestly, it's just like a really comfortable dress. Lengthwise on me, it is like a tad bit long, but I feel like I was able to just kind of scrunch it up like throughout the body to get it to be the right length for me so that it's not like dragging on the ground or anything, and I can wear it with flats. Okay, and then last but not least, I got these jelly shoes, which this is definitely a trend that has been coming back around from the 90s. I feel like it reminds me of when I was a kid and we all had those like strap-on jelly shoes that we all wore like all summer long. Mine were pink and purple and sparkly, but this is like the adult version of jelly shoes. And I originally saw these on Megan Roop, who is the owner of the Sculpt Society. I saw her wearing shoes like these on her page and I was like, you know what? I feel like I actually kind of like those. They're just kind of sleek. They're definitely more breathable than the jelly shoes of our childhood because it's literally like a mesh ballet flat basically, except for instead of mesh, it's like a jelly silicone material. And I have also worn these ones out plenty, and I even went on like a little neighborhood walk with one of my friends in these shoes and they were super comfortable. So they are definitely very flat. I have pretty flat feet, so it doesn't bother me when shoes don't really have much arch support, and so just take that with a grain of salt. But I feel like these are really comfortable, kind of like a fun spring shoe. I also got them in the black color, which actually looks more brown in person because it's more of like a jelly clearish material, and I think that the brown is really nice. I don't know that I would wear this shoe in like a stark harsher black color. I really appreciate that it's more of a brown color in person, and I feel like these would actually be so comfortable instead of those ugly aqua water shoes. I feel like these are a little bit of like a nicer looking version. Specifically, I remember last year when we were in the south of France and it was all pebble beaches everywhere. It was like really uncomfortable to get into the water without anything on your feet because of all the pebbles. So I feel like something like this would have been perfect for that situation. I don't know. I think that these are a lot cuter than like the aqua pool shoes. All right, so that is everything in the haul. I have all of my sizing information linked for you in the description below, as well as links to my Amazon storefront so that you can shop all of the pieces that I showed you here. If you liked what you saw in the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok for additional content that you don't see on here. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.